Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Visit LegalZoom.com to save on your legal needs like wills for $69, LLCs for $99, plus filing fees, and also get access to a network of legal plan attorneys for guidance. LegalZoom is not a law firm, but provides self-help services at your specific direction. Enter discount code TMOS for more savings at LegalZoom. That's discount code TMOS.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Periodically on the Mike O'Mara Show, we like to have what we like to call Impressionist Roundtable.
Right.
And it's a chance for the boys to call out the impressions, and they call out the subjects. It doesn't matter what it is. It's really kind of a free-form thing, but it is what we like to call...
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Impressionist Roundtable.
Yeah. That's fun.
I'm just going to sit here and wait.
Does everyone get it? But everyone gets a door, right?
Everyone gets a door, but there are no doors now because no one's coming in.
Michael
first.
Caine.
I have my answer. I have my answer. I'm walking on air.
See, that was fun. I was misinformed.
They leave quickly if I don't want to continue doing
I thought
them.
that you had to have a subject. For example, I was wondering...
see, but he didn't. He didn't have...
I was wondering...
He made it all on me. That's what he did.
Well, here's what I'm wondering.
I thought that was the bit.
Well, no, it's half the bit.
Oh.
Watch this. Bob Barker, how do you feel about retirement?
I don't feel that retirement is anything people should strive for. They should work every day of their life, and the price is right.
Tequila?
Tequila?
Do you love it?
I love to have in the afternoon.
What?
When I'm around my spade and neutered pets, Robbie, I like to have a shot of tequila in the afternoon and mustard.
Oh, no. What time of day does this go down?
4:30.
Very good.
Wee-oh.
Morgan Freeman.
Do you have a question for him?
What are your thoughts on skincare? Morgan Freeman, what are your thoughts on skincare?
I feel that I'm going to use lotions on my body and my face,
Yeah.
but I have not been able to prevent these nasty skin tags from forming all over my face.
Question.
I looked at my doctor the other day and I said, "What is this product you've given me?" He said, "Wait a minute, I'll have to go out and get my glasses." You know what that told me?
What?
That means he can hardly read!
That's right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a seasoned actor, Jeff Goldblum. What is the hottest new show on TV?
Oh, television. Yeah. Oh, now you're on something.
Yeah. You like that?
You are Rob Spivak onto something right there with television. We have Breaking Bad's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
We have all the new shows.
Right.
Fall.
Yeah,
Great
fall.
time of year.
Yeah.
I'll be spending some time in a Utah cabin. I will not be watching television.
Really?
Thank you. Goodbye.
Jeff Goldblum.
Bye-bye.
Weird, look who it is. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hold on, Arnold, can you hold on a sec?
He's not committing to the
I
bit.
know!
He's not committing to the bit. Well, look who it is. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's like-
You're going to get Mike O'Mara, douchebag, when you play it that way.
You know what's really great? It's like when Mike plays the door and you say, "Look who's here."
Right.
Period. And
Right.
you know what that is not? That is not. Watch this. Livia Soprano.
Poor you, Oscar.
I know Halloween is coming up.
Halloween. Yo, you can go S in your hat.
Well, do you have any costume ideas?
I won't be wearing a costume and I won't be handing out candy.
Why not?
Because you can go S in your hat.
Well, I always think you can hand out some nice Italian candy.
Oh, poor you. I'll hand you a gun.
Now, do you see how to do it?
I got it.
Okay, watch this.
Hey, Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. What are you doing now? Aaron Paul?
He just came and went.
Oh, damn it.
All right. Hey, look who's at the door. Star of the new movie, Without Hope, I think it's called. It's Robert Redford.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Redford.
Who am I talking to?
You're on the Mike O'Mara show.
Hello.
Hey, Robert Redford.
Yeah.
How long,
Hi.
about what time
Homie Bob.
Bob Redford,
Bob Redford.
when approximately did your face become the same color as your hair?
I don't know. These are confusing questions.
You have a new movie coming out?
I do.
What's it called?
I don't know.
You told me it was Sailor Boy.
It's Sailor Boy.
It's not called Sailor Boy.
I'm on the ocean. I'm on the ocean in a boat.
In a book?
I'm so old.
You remember Paul Newman?
Oh, Paul was a good man.
Yeah. He's dead.
Thank you, Rob.
Bob Redford!
Yeah.
Brand new one.
Hey, it's Mike Tyson. Welcome to the show.
I'd just like to say Oscar Santana's the laziest man I've ever known in my life.
Yeah.
He puts so much energy to after hours.
After what?
After hours.
Yeah, it's not
He
good.
puts all these efforts in after hours, and then he comes in and we want to just say a bit. You got to come up with a character's name and then press his name. Then you have to come up with a subject matter, and he chooses not to come up with a subject matter because he's just pretending he's not interested.
Iron
It's
Mike.
really pissing me off. I say, I'm walking my world, bitch.
Hey, Iron
Walking
Mike.
my world, bitch.
Iron Mike.
I'll slap you, silly bitch.
Iron Mike.
Yeah,
If you were third chair on the O'Mara show,
third chair.
yeah, would you have an impression and like a conflict ready to go when Mike came in?
Yeah, I would. I'd have a subject matter. I'd have a line of questioning. I basically
Pursuant to comedy.
I'd make reference to previous impressions, so I'd reference my prison time.
Sure.
Because then I get to do the thing where I don't like to shower much.
Now, you see, I was going to ask you about that.
You
When you
see in
spent
jail,
time,
you see men's genitals.
and like what?
No fun. Genitals.
Yeah, it's no good.
Genitals is a fun word for me to say.
Say it again.
And now, here he is. He didn't put any effort into it, but we're doing this one for the longest amount of time.
I know, yeah. You know what it is? We're doing the show for Oscar.
Yeah, and he's laughing over there, bitch.
Yeah, it's no good.
Go walk in my world, bitch. I'll F you up, bitch.
And now the late Lucille Ball. Lucille,
Oh, God.
why is there so little of your later work available on DVD?
I don't know.
And that's Impression is
Oh, no. We need to give two more.
Two more?
Two more. God damn it, I want a better effort out of you
Hey,
guys.
Tracy Morgan. What's it like being black?
Well, and then you give me... What's wrong with you guys today? You're giving me the Tracy Morgan that's very close to Mike Tyson.
Hey, you know what? Don't look at me.
Do you want some syrup with your waffles? It sounds exactly like Mike Tyson. They all run together.
They?
The impressions, the two.
Uh-huh.
I need one more, Rob. Help me out here.
What are you in the mood for?
F both of you. Way to punt.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Stop teasing that dog, you hear me? Stop teasing him. Sonny, I'm gonna beat your ass teasing my dog like that.
Yeah, like she tried to climb over his fence and get me fat ass.
Don't you call me that. You little tin weasel with loony, son.
Did you call me?
I know who you are. You're Teddy Duchamp. Your dad's a loony. A loony up in the nut house in Togus. He took your ear and he put it to a stove and he burnt it off.
My father stormed the beach at Normandy.
He's crazier than a house rat. No wonder you're acting the way you are, with a loony for a father.
You call my dad a loony again, and I'll kill you.
Loony, loony, loony.
Ah! I'm gonna rip your head off and down your neck!
Come on and try it, you little slimy bastard.
He wants you to go over there so he can beat the out of you and then take you to the cops.
You watch your mouth, smart guy. Let him do his own fighting.
Sure, you only outweigh him by 500 pounds, fat ass!
I know all you guys, and all your fathers are going to get a call from me. Except for the loony up in Tokus.
Coming to you live from Mike O'Mara's living room studio in the historic radio district of Manassas, Virginia, a bustling suburb of the nation's capital. It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. And now, here's Mike.
Live from Studio 1K. In the Piperplex Broadcast Center, this is the Mike O'Mara Show, downloaded worldwide over 20 million times. We're powered by Encore Insurance. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com, 102.9 and the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa.
Hi, Kelly.
Today is, this is the 15th of October?
Technically the Ides of October, I guess.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And we are delighted to be brought to you by a brand new sponsor, AC Lens.
Oh, yeah.
Your one-stop shop for all of your optical needs. They have great prices. They have a wonderful, easy-to-use website at aclens.com. They can meet the optical needs of the entire family. They have free shipping, fast delivery, great customer service, award-winning, in fact, and Mr. Rob Spiewak has actually used the fabulous aclens.com website, and it worked very well for you and your family.
I've been there, and here's the Carrie has got weird eyes, one blue, one brown, but also their prescription
like
is
a husky.
Their prescription is weird. She wears progressive contacts. They're hard to find, hard to fit, and they're expensive. And that's why a lot of times over the past few months she's been wearing glasses. She doesn't want to wear glasses, but it's cost effective. We go to the AC Lens website, plug in her prescription, they beat the price, and they have them in our house in days.
It's really
fantastic.
The magic of online shopping, which
Yes.
AC Lens knows how to do better than anybody else. Here's the other good part. They have a 365-day guarantee. They sell every contact lens available in the United States. That is every single contact lens available in the United States. All purchases are secure. You can order online, or you can call them at 888-248-LENS. Style you can afford, quality you can see. aclens.com. All the Mike O'Mara Show listeners, go for it. And if you are in need of your vision needs being taken care of, aclens.com can do it for you. 20% off all orders and free returns on everything. Go to aclens.com, click on the microphone, and enter promo code. It's a new one, so pay attention to this, TMOS20. That's TMOS20.
20, right?
It's for the, 20. TMOS20. It's for all the other Mike O'Mara shows that are out there.
Yeah, I didn't realize
there are 19 other ones that are doing this.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have been at this podcasting game a lot longer than us.
TMOS20, that's promo code TMOS20. Please do that today and take advantage of a wonderful new client that we have, AC Lens. Offer may not be combined with any other coupon sales or special offers at AC Lens. Offer not valid on a Ray-Ban Polo, Ralph Lauren, DKNY, Smith, SunCloud, Superdry, or Oakley brand products. Really, we are excited about having them, and I know that Carrie's very excited about hers.
She loves it. She looks great. She's so happy with it. And welcome aboard, AC Lens. Love to have you a part of the family.
Note to self?
Yes.
Prepare opening vignette yourself.
Well, that's usually what you do.
I know, it is.
Yeah.
Once in a while I do an Audible, and sometimes,
Well,
sometimes
you
they
see
work,
what
sometimes
happens
they
with
don't.
Audible.
Yeah.
It involves us.
Yeah, the Audible.
Yeah.
No, you guys
The
don't
B Squad.
punt. No, you guys
the
don't
B
punt.
Squad.
You don't
There
punt.
are times that the fake punt works. There are times when it doesn't.
The punt, you know what? It was just a big bowl of okay.
It was fine.
Hey, every day we're churning these out every single day, fellas.
There's entertainment and failure.
And I do think by
There
the
is
time
entertainment. Johnny Carson knew that.
by the time we got to where the finish line was in sight,
Yes.
I don't think I could have handed you a gold brick and you would have been happy because it had been a slow demise.
What you do is you are someone who will occasionally, we've always had this discussion about
Right.
it, and now we're pulling back the curtain a little bit.
That's right.
It's always Rob is a master of the early exit. He likes to sometimes finish the bit before I want to finish the. I always like to kind of figure out, just see if we can squeeze one more bit of lemon juice out of there.
And I'll say, you know what?
Like sometimes
Slot
I've been known to
machine.
scratch my forehead and Rob hits the closing music.
97
That's
times
it.
out of 100, Mike is right. And that's a huge percentage. Although I do feel if we'd gone off on Lucille Ball,
Yeah.
we might have been okay today.
Physically, this is the age factor. Lucille Ball. Do you know how many times I did that impression after maybe the first 86 and 87?
Yeah, but
that
you know
tore
what?
my throat up. I don't do that anymore,
But
man.
it was just great.
If I do Lucille Ball, I did that on the Arch Campbell television
Yeah,
show.
but you know what? I didn't ask you to
I
get
dressed up as Lucille
I
Ball.
never asked you to go into high drag.
It ripped my throat apart later in the show, and I never did it anymore because
Oscar,
it would be
you
like, hello, how are you? I'd have to do it
you
like
should
that. It
know.
was so hard
He was
to
doing
do.
Lucille Ball when Lucille Ball was alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
That shows you how old I am.
And you know what? That was just, that was a nod to the longtime listeners.
You know what I'll sit and watch sometimes? They have a channel. I'm not sure what number it is, but it is a channel that is dedicated towards the sale of the Dean Martin DVD
Yes,
roasts.
I've seen it.
And I will
seen it.
sit there and
Guthrie
watch
Ranker
it over
presents-
and over again.
Guthrie Ranker presents the Dean Martin roast.
And really, do you remember back in the day, those roasts when they were on TV, those roasts sucked.
Oh, and they still suck.
They're terrible.
Now, what's
they
funny-
took the Friars roast,
And-
which was really brilliantly funny, but kind of an inside New York comedian
and
thing.
dirty.
And they actually watered it down for mass consumption on television, and they were terrible. And the whole roast thing is just shots of the celebrities pounding the table, thinking it's so funny. When the lines themselves, Don Rickles is okay on
Well,
those.
Rickles is okay. And,
because he's family friendly with his comedy.
But the thing is that is bad. And I think that was designed as a way for Dean to fulfill his contract with NBC. It was
Really?
like running a best of.
It was terrible.
Now the Dean Martin show, which was it Thursday nights
I
on
don't know.
NBC,
I have
think
no
it
memory of that.
was a huge. It was a great variety show, but it was hard to do because it was a variety show, and they were running out of programming, so they did these roasts, and the roasts are horrible. If you buy the box set, you'll hate yourself.
It's terrible.
You will quite literally hate yourself.
I've seen it on Ion, I think.
Yeah.
Where they,
Yeah,
that's
you
where
spend
they
a lot of
go.
time
Like,
there.
Oh,
That's
jeez,
where they show
Ion
it.
just running this?
Yeah, so they're
where they
giving
show
up.
it.
They're giving up.
And he is somebody that I don't think you could make all the behind-the-scenes movies about the Rat Pack and those guys and ever really, really know what went on. It was a different era. I don't buy.
He was a strange man.
I don't buy the fact that Dean Martin drank apple juice. I don't buy that for a second.
I do on
Because-
stage. I think the story
Go
was,
look at some of his performances on that television show, and you tell me, being the drinker you are, you tell me if Dean Martin did not appear to be a little wasted.
But that was
can't
his gimmick.
I know.
That was his gimmick. 'Cause you know what? But the thing
eyes,
is,
I mean, what, did he put something in his eyes to make him bloodshot?
well, he smoked a lot of pot.
He did not,
No,
did he?
no, he never did.
Okay.
But the thing is, Dean was a hard drinker in real life, but he was at least up until a certain point, and it turned, I think, in the 80s.
You say this, but this is, I should point out to you, this is the stuff that's been, books have been written behind the scenes. I don't
but
buy
stuff
all
that has
stuff.
bad stuff to say about him seemed to stick to at least
That
to
he
a
still
certain
would
point.
drink, he'd be on stage and he'd drink apple juice.
Right, but he would drink in real, almost to a problem in real life.
Oh, he would?
But on stage, yeah, he tried to keep it straight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. I think
was a
I
drunk.
want to keep all those cards and letters coming.
I heard he was a drunk.
Yeah.
well, he was drunk behind the scenes, but not on stage. The movie with who's it? Joe Mantegna.
Yeah, the movie was called The Rat Pack.
The Rat Pack, and you see him, and they make a point of watching him pour the apple juice into the glass. I'd like to point out at the Mike O'Mara Show live event, Americon 2013, I will not be pouring apple juice into a glass.
Actually, on the stage, we're going to have a bottle of apple juice, but it'll be filled with Irish whiskey.
That's brilliant. We're doing that. We're doing that. I think I'll have some more apple juice. Thank you, Rob.
There you go.
You just solved a problem.
Problem
See if I can
solved.
drink all the apple juice.
But Dean was a really complicated guy. I was just rereading a piece of the Jerry Lewis book, Dean and Me, A Love Story, which is a piece of
Who
garbage.
rereads that?
Rob does.
I do. And Jerry talks about, do you know that Gary...
Rob stopped caring about the world. What? Give us a year. Not, you don't have to give a date. Give us the year that you stopped
Actually,
caring
it's
about
about
pop.
to happen right now.
When did you stop caring about modern pop culture?
Modern pop... No, I still care about it.
Not
It's just
really.
not as great.
You would if you didn't have to see another modern television show or movie, you would be perfectly content.
No, you say that's not true.
Come on now, you
No.
take the family,
I like
the entire
the modern-
family to the Wizard of Oz in the theater.
No, that's a lie. I took my wife to see it. Made the kids
Okay,
stay at
all
home.
right.
Kids don't get to see
What
that.
were you going to say?
I just, most people say I just read the latest novel that came out, or
Right.
maybe they go to the Bible because they're a religious person. He goes to Dean Martin's biography.
Well,
If
it
you-
was Jerry's. Terry
Pop
Jerry's.
culture wise, movies, TV, anything like that. If you could pick a year where you had to shut it down,
1939.
really?
Yeah, I think it was probably
39?
Hollywood's golden era. Although, gosh,
but wait a minute,
do
all
I
your
get
great black and white movies were after 1939.
Do I get it? Does it stop at 1939, or do I just have to live in a year?
Okay, I'll take
That's
that
a fair
too.
question.
But I mean, the pop culture you like.
If I had to live in a year, it would be 39. If I had to,
What are the years for all those Charlie Chan movies you like to watch with your kids?
depends on which era. If it's the Warner Oland era, or if it's the Sidney Toler era, or the cheaper ones that were made by Monogram Pictures.
He's not making this up, people.
There were 3 different Charlie Chans?
Yeah, and
He
none
is.
of them were Asian. I think they were both Swedish. So they had to use a lot of makeup. But you know what? If I had to think of a year for it to...
Who is the one? Now you'll know this because I have literally a fraction of my brain remembers this.
Yes.
Who was the one who talked like this?
I
Who was
think that was Sidney Toler. I think it was.
God,
yeah.
Charlie
Now,
Chan.
it was later on when they went low budget to Monogram Pictures and they sort of lost the licensing out.
Right.
And they became much cheaper. That's when he got his black sidekick. And you want to search those
I've never
out.
seen any of those films.
No, of course not.
How could you? Where would you find? Where do you find them? That's what I'd like to know.
Digital
Where do you-
video disc. They don't show them on TV a lot. Every now and then, Turner Classic Movies will show them, but always with disclaimers.
So you have to go and seek them out.
Normally what will happen is they'll have like some historian of Asian culture from some university explaining why they're not quite as bad as they seem. But there's always, whenever Turner shows
Will you
a
sit
Chan
down and watch
movie-
one from start to finish?
Oh, yeah. Especially if there's my dad and beer. That's
Really?
a great one is Charlie Chan at the circus. You won't believe the climax.
All right, you
What's
see
Charlie Chan?
Charlie Chan was correct me if I'm wrong.
All right.
He's supposed to be a Chinese detective.
Yes, but he lived in Hawaii.
He lived in Hawaii.
Yes.
Okay. So if I was to walk
he
in,
was crafty. He's
Daddy
smart.
Spiewak and Boy Spiewak.
Yes,
Daddy and Rob.
Yeah, the first two generations.
The first two generations sitting there. Are there gales of laughter, or do you sit quietly and just watch them?
Oh, there's very little quiet.
Really?
Yeah,
So you're talking about them?
Yeah, we're talking about them and enjoying them, and perhaps finding fault.
Yeah,
and
I know
celebrating.
what that look says. I know it comes from a dark place.
Yeah,
Yes, it
there are
does.
meetings in cornfields.
No,
Similar to
there's
what
no
you do.
meetings like that. Don't you understand? Those who do not understand,
They're meetings in cornfields. That's right. That's what he does.
there is those who do not understand the past are doomed to repeat it. And I'm not saying that what the Charlie Chan franchise did was right, but it made millions of dollars, and we must understand where we went wrong.
Because it made money,
And
it's
you-
okay.
And no, that's
Do
why
you
they
and Pops
continue
ever
to
watch
make
a
them.
war movie like from World War II, like the old, John Wayne war movies? Or
You know, my
something like
dad's not
that?
a big John Wayne guy. We will watch a war movie occasionally.
You ever watch PT 109?
I've seen it. I
With
don't
Cliff
think
Robertson?
Yeah, but I've not seen it with my dad.
So you pretty much stick to because Charlie Chan.
I know, and we're
It's
leaving
not
out
a
of-
comedy, right?
Well, there's funny parts.
They're funny parts, but it's really more of like a
It's
detective.
a mystery, yeah. You see, he had lots of kids too. He had a lot, and that actually inspired the popular cartoon, the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, The Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan, which was also very good.
Okay, wait a minute.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is he based on any kind of real character?
Yes,
at
he
all?
is a real Hawaiian detective. I've actually read a book, a fairly current book regarding the history of Charlie.
But
Chan.
was he named Charlie Chan?
No. His name was not Charlie Chan. I think that might have been something that perhaps the White Devil came up with because it sounded better. God. But you're ignoring an important piece of this,
Okay.
which is the Peter Lorre ripoff,
Right.
Mr. Moto.
Mr. Moto,
Who was another
that might
Chinese
be
detective.
and that might be the character that I'm ripping off because he's just always like you can see the
But
scotch
once
tape
again,
over his eyes.
Once again, not really an Asian guy. Peter Lorre from Germany.
Well, why was
But made
wasn't-
up to look Japanese or
Wasn't
Asian.
there a trend in Hollywood movies where you would have Asian characters and they wouldn't even make an attempt to
Well,
make
Mike,
them look Asian?
There was a trend in the 1940s where there weren't a lot of real Asians around anywhere.
Sure, there were.
No, because we sort of rounded them up as a national problem.
Oh well, but I mean, but maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
And remember,
those
one
camps.
of these days, I will tell you the most horrifying story ever about Willy Wonka. But it's not for now.
Willy Wonka,
Yeah, the movie Willy Wonka
like the original with
with Gene Wilder. Do you want to hear it? It's distressingly tragic.
It's really.
In
Does it
1973,
involve what does that have to do with the Chinese?
has to do with World War II.
It does.
Well, World War II was Japan again.
Well, yeah,
let's be clear.
But
here.
also, it's not the Chinese. But I think also Americans paint.
he
it with
literally
pretty-
does not make the distinction.
No, I think America
He literally does not make the. He's broken in that regard.
No. America in the 1940s was painting with broad strokes.
yeah, most Asian Americans, unfortunately, were in internment camps.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Gene Wilder movie was much later than World War II.
However, what happened is
Decades.
It was filming, I think, in the early 70s, and
Right.
they were filming it in Germany. And they
Willy Wonka?
Yes, and they
Okay.
needed to find little people to play the Oompa Loompas.
Right.
Now, if you look at the
the
proximity,
fabulous orange-faced Oompa Loompas.
if you
who were
look at the
terrific.
proximity of World War II against, say, the year 1970,
I just want to interject here that the Johnny Depp movie ruined the Oompa Loompas
You're
by
right.
using CGI to multiply that little Indian
one
actor.
guy,
Jesus,
not fair.
That was such crap.
Because the Willy Wonka with Gene Wilder predated there was no CGI.
There was no CGI.
And they needed
That's why you had to get
dozens.
those. And I love those little guys.
They needed dozens of little people. and
Really?
because
Oompa Loompa Doopa Dee Day.
and they horrified me when I was little.
Yeah.
That was one of the
And
scariest things when I was
That's
little.
what makes a great kids movie.
You're right.
You have to have that horror factor.
Pony, yes.
Yes, Pony.
I remember when we first watched that movie in class when I was a kid. I ran out of the rooms. They terrified me too.
What class was that?
This was like third grade, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, why are you watching that in class?
Well,
I have
you were
no idea.
Northern Virginia, correct?
Yeah.
It's the public school
Yeah,
system.
lazy teacher.
Yeah.
Movie day.
Anybody see Cameron Diaz? Okay, is it any secret?
No, you're
You know,
right.
You bring the projector in. I remember that kid. Do you
Bad
remember when
teacher.
You see, in my day, when you guys were growing up, you didn't have the classic big
I
movie
did.
projector.
I did.
You're old enough to remember that. And they'd bring in that. You'd see a projector in a classroom, and it would be like Christmas morning.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Oh, there's was I remember, you know what I watched in the class? One of my great favorite movies of all time, Cool Hand Luke. We watched in English class.
In school?
We read the book and watched the movie.
Very cool.
Oh, that was the best. And incidentally, a wonderful teaching device. Give students the book. When you finish the book, we're going to watch the movie.
Well,
fantastic
There's actually
comparison.
classes called Fiction into Film where you do
Absolutely,
that.
yes.
Did you ever get the projector misthreaded?
Oh, my God, the projector would break. It would break, and you'd sit there and do this. But get back to your story about Willy Wonka and the Nazis.
Look in the proximity of, and they shot the Willy Wonka, the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Willy Wonka, the one with Gene Wilder,
right,
was shot in Germany because they wanted the village to look like a German town,
which it
based
did.
on chocolate, and it did.
Beautiful, beautiful cinematography.
However, when you're in Germany, and it's about 1970 or so, the proximity of that to World War II is still pretty close. You're looking
Relatively.
at 25 years.
Yeah.
45 to 70.
God, it's strange when you think
So
about
you have to think of it in that way, and they needed dozens and dozens of little people to play the Oompa Loompas. However, they found when they were doing casting calls, Germany was almost devoid of dwarves because Hitler had destroyed them all.
Oh, my God. That's so sick.
And they never thought about that when they were trying to cast it. They actually had to bring them in from other countries. I told you it was horrifying.
That's a horrible story.
Yeah, it is. What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
We both play sound effects. Mike played that.
Is that why you didn't want to tell the story? Because it has no
it has no punchline, but it's horrifying, and it's God's. It's my hand to God. It's true.
Is it true that
horrible
in The Wizard of Oz that a dwarf hung himself?
That is not true.
And that there's a picture of the dwarf hanging?
That's
I've
not
seen
true.
it.
No, you haven't seen it.
You've seen it?
Well,
It's
I've seen it and then debunked it.
Yeah, go to Snopes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only person who was hung during The Wizard of Oz was Jack Haley Jr.
So you
Just ask Judy Garland.
So if you chose to live in any year, you would choose 1939.
If I had to live in the year, yeah, because also, that's kind of that's pre-war for America. We were doing really well then, and we had a hard decade ahead of us because of the
Pre-war,
war.
yeah. And then, of course, if you were, a grown man in 1939, you'd be getting ready to go off to war. Would you fight for your country in the Greatest Generation?
Of course I would.
Really?
Yeah, as you would too.
Okay, just play the music. Whatever. God.
You know, it'd be great. Mike and I would end up in the USO together,
like Danny Kaye and Donald O'Connor.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, troops! There you go. We'll take a break. Frankie has been the recipient this morning of tough love, and I'm here to report success.
Oh, nice.
I will update you on that when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by FanDuel. I've got a question about Mr. Josh Murphy. So I reviewed my results, and one of my games that I played in was a 50-50. It was a $10 entry fee, and I won $18, so I'm $8 ahead.
Nice. Fantastic.
Now, I don't see any other appreciable winnings that went into the coffers with Terrell Pryor, my quarterback. So my question is, didn't he indicate that I was up like $45?
Yesterday, but you had one game last night.
Yeah.
But he also indicated, and I asked him this, I said...
Because he came in yesterday.
No matter what happens,
Yeah,
Mike
he came
gets,
in for
gets
5
the
minutes
money,
late
right?
yesterday.
And he said, you see, you mentioned before Donald O'Connor.
Yes.
The last person to tap dance the way Josh did yesterday afternoon
Right.
was the great Donald O'Connor.
I did. I looked at the one league where it was the 50-50 league. Like I ended up having like 134 points, which
That's
is
great.
not too shabby,
pretty
right?
good.
Especially
Yeah.
with the limited points that I had before that.
Pretty good.
And I was number one in one of my games.
Fantastic.
So, but it was not the game that paid $3,000.
No, not this time.
There's so many of them that
You'll
do.
get there.
We're talking about FanDuel, 1 week fantasy football leagues for real money with immediate weekly cash payouts, no waiting, no upfront fees, no season-long commitments. I love that.
Yeah.
Play 1 week or every week and win. They have paid out $135 million. That's what they're going to pay out this year. They didn't pay it out this past week. Certainly not to me. Go to FanDuel.com. It's so much fun, though. And thank you for sharing your stories
Hold on,
about
it's what?
FanDuel. It's fun. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Use the code TMOS to sign up today. Here's the new user special. The first 200 listeners to sign up will have their deposit matched up to $200. You can start playing today. Play this week. Is there another Thursday night game this week? If there is, you can get to it.
Get in on it.
Get in on it and have some fun, but you have to enter the code TMOS. You have to enter the code TMOS when you join FanDuel.com, where every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com. Use the code TMOS and sign up today.
It's fun.
Over the weekend. Thanks, Rob. Over the weekend, we had a very difficult weekend with our Chihuahua, more difficult than we had before. I've mentioned it periodically, but Pony, you don't realize that I was in here 3 times over the weekend where he not only went in here, but he snuck through a door and a crack to get through here. We take him out 4 to 5 to 6 times a day. A very nice listener. I don't have the message with me right now, but a guy that apparently knows his way around dog training says you got to go back to the beginning. You got to revert back to puppyhood.
Okay.
Get out the crate. I said to Carla, I said, do we have a crate? Do we have a small, like Frankie-sized crate? And Carla said, yep, we do.
Really?
And so today was the day that I went outside. Beluga went over to his little corner, did his business like the great, sweet, wonderful dog that he is, and the baby-loving dog that he is. He is so wonderful with that baby. It's just a delight. Frankie's gentle with the baby, too, but Frankie is Frankie. I mean, Frankie's got his little agenda, and it's like, play with me, feed me, don't kill me. That's Frankie. That's how Frankie lives his life, okay? So there's there's lack of warmth with Frankie.
Well, Frankie lives his life like he's an undersized student in a brand new school.
That's exactly
he's
right.
horrified.
Always terrified.
Always horrified.
But he's not so terrified that he won't look at me like he did this morning. For the final time in the backyard, where he looked at me, he takes his little pee, he walks to the middle of the yard, and I will duplicate the look for both of you and for our you streamers.
Please.
He walks to the center of the yard, and he's like,
walks over.
looking at me like I'm
what do you
done.
expect now?
Like I'm not going to die. And then he goes, no. I said, no, do not go to the stairway yet. No. And then he doubles back around, and he takes another stairway up the back deck, and he's at the kitchen door.
Now,
I'm not going to do that.
Beluga is a secretive pooper, right?
Yes.
And
yeah, he does not like to be watched, like me.
Yeah, well,
I enjoy everyone watching me when
I know.
that happens.
That's why the YouTube videos.
I truly,
and those have got to stop, by the way.
Yeah, they took it off of YouTube. It's now you have to go to, it's a certain secret website that I'm not allowed to say on the show.
Yeah, but the code is TMOS.
Yeah, but I'll give it to everybody at the live show. That's the code.
Yeah, but you'll also actually display some of the things you do at the live show.
And your username has to have a particular theme. But anyway, if you and then you can see, and it's fantastic.
It is.
It's a live cam.
You would think it gets,
I like that.
Oscar, you would think it gets repetitive. It really doesn't.
It's a live cam you set up, but it's not set up where you might think. So anyway,
best use of the internet ever.
So today, that's it. I go to the door. I don't let him in. He's waiting at the door, and I went and I said, "Carla, do we have that crate?" And I said, so I go upstairs. I grab the baby. She knows where the crate is. She brings the crate down. We set the crate up, and I have the delight and pleasure of sanitizing the crate this morning.
Which involved what?
But the crate was obviously stored away a long time ago.
Oh, so you weren't using the crate for the baby?
We weren't. Well, no, the baby's not old enough yet.
I understand. I just wasn't clear.
So I really killed 2 birds with one stone.
That's true.
With sanitizing the crate. So I got the old Lysol wipes out, and I sanitized the crate. And then he was in, and when Rob arrived and when you arrived, he was in the crate today. And I'm going to do that. And the fact is, right before the show, I went into the kitchen, and I got the and I opened the crate, and he shoots to the door. I open the door. He shoots down the stairs. Not 5 seconds. Boom! He does number 2 right out there,
Fantastic.
And he does his business, and I let him back inside free. I said, you run around the kitchen for free now, so you're covered. But the next time he refused to poop outside, it's going to be back into the crate.
Yeah.
And I think he's smart. I got the impression that this is going to work.
Yeah,
I'm probably not doing it the perfect way, but that's the way I want to do it.
What's his schedule? Twice a day?
3-4 times a day.
He poops 4 times a day?
Oh, no, not to poop, but to go outside.
Yeah, but what's
3 or 4
his
times,
poop
and maybe
schedule?
a couple of times in the evening too.
Okay, twice a day for pooping.
The schedule, if he's doing what he's supposed to do, he will poop once in the morning, and he will poop once mid to late afternoon. That's when he will do it.
Do they get a lunch?
Yeah, no. We feed him twice a day.
Okay, because
doggy daycare.
So they nibble, and I used to give him treats until Beluga got too fat.
Because Linus is a 3 meal a day dog.
Because when I feed Beluga a treat, Daddy'd have to get a treat too.
Sure. Beluga wants more chocolate bark.
Yeah, it's like, okay, there you go, Beluga. There's the bacon wrapped duck breast for you. Do you know they have duck breast? They have a sweet potato stick wrapped with duck breast that I got at Costco.
That sounds
as
fantastic.
As a dog treat.
Well, I have something similar. I buy it through Amazon, through our website.
Oh,
But
really?
It's very, very good.
What is it?
It's the same thing. It's a duck breast with a bacon thing.
Oh, you said Amazon, I said Costco.
Yeah, exactly.
I get dog treats wherever I go. If I go to the grocery store, if I go to the big box
That's
store.
what you're known for.
I get dog treats.
That's my calling card.
That's my thing. So
that's how he rolls.
We don't treat now. Now it's just you go outside, you do your business. That's all there is.
Now, how about Beluga? Twice a day pooper? I mean,
probably.
when he makes it.
He just hides. I don't worry about Beluga. Beluga rarely goes in the house. What?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. He poops every 2 weeks?
No, that's how long he's got to live.
No, he does not have 2 weeks to live. He's
Yeah.
just slowing down a little bit.
Sure. Aren't we all?
I'm feeling love for him because he was on the couch over the baby yesterday, and it was just really, really sweet.
Do you have to help him on the couch?
I have to help him off the bed when he jumps up on the bed accidentally. He's not allowed up there anymore. And then when he has to get off our marital bed,
Yes.
where the baby is sometimes, I have to assist him down.
Does it look like those old movies where they have to like put livestock on boats and they actually sling them under their gut and you
No.
lift them with a block and
Well,
tackle?
yeah, because he is pure dead weight.
Yeah.
I mean, he is pure. But then
How
what
much
he
he
does,
weigh?
because Beluga?
25?
175 pounds.
See, that seems big for a pug.
Well, he's 12 inches long. So it's concentrated. It's like nuclear products.
It's
You
a
know?
pulley
It's
system.
like
right?
uranium. What?
It's a pulley system.
Block
It's-
and tackle.
The one thing I do is when I'm hoisting him, I'm really trying to be loving and gentle.
Sure, because
and-
you can break a dog.
Well, he does the little spaz twist at the end, which all little breeds do because they're fear
They wanna
of
get out.
death or something like that. So he does this little yeah at the end, and it's like such a sweet moment. I'm helping this elderly dog off the bed, and he gets like within an inch of the floor, and he does this little I don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need you
Get
anymore.
off of me.
And then
Kinda
he,
like
just, then he goes
helping-
over to his dog bed, and he's like.
Is it like
It looks
helping
up at
Robert
him.
Redford into an interview chair?
What is the deal? All right, will you talk about this? You made me do a Robert Redford impression. Rob says, "Be just an old man. Don't be Robert Redford." What? All right, what is the deal with Robert Redford?
He was on the Today Show today promoting his new movie Sailor Boy.
Is he that old?
He looks really
Does
old.
he sound that old? Because he still has that kind
Well, no,
of
he sounds
young
like
man baritone.
he sounds like he's always sounded. It's like, you know, they asked him a question like, "When you were at the peak of being a sex symbol, did you ever let it go to your head?" And his answer was, "Go to my head."
Why do you not like Robert?
I like
Redford?
Robert
Dare
Redford.
you?
I like Robert
But
Redford.
you didn't like
But
the
you know what?
interview.
I
You're
didn't like
so-
the interview.
You're a complicated man,
And
Rob.
you know what? Also, I'm not sure he should be in this movie, Sailor Boy.
Because did you see a clip from the movie?
I saw the trailer. Yeah,
Tell us about what is the movie?
he goes out in a sailboat
You
by
don't know
himself.
the title, do you? You just all you did was
I think
see
it's
Robert
Without
Redford
Hope.
and see-
Without Hope.
Without Hope?
I believe that's what it's called.
Okay,
It's
I'll
something
look
really
it up.
uplifting like that.
Hope floats.
It's it's
That's cynical too.
well,
All
it
right.
is. That's the name of it.
All right.
He's out there by himself in a sailboat. The boat it begins to take on water. He has to fight, and then he ends up in a life raft by himself. And everyone's talking about how it's the greatest movie ever
I
made.
thought it was Life of Pi.
No, that it does look like Life of Pi without the tiger.
Richard Parker.
But it really, watching the trailer made me uneasy because he looked too old to be doing all of this physical
it's not
stuff.
Without Hope.
What's it called?
All is lost.
Well, it's the same thing.
All is lost isn't uplifting.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You see, it was
I
sarcasm.
thought it was uplifting. I was like, wait a
No.
second. All is lost, so he's the main actor. It's just him.
Yeah, so they said the script is only 30 pages because there's no dialogue.
Oh, geez.
he said
yeah.
it's pure cinema.
Yeah, pure cinema. And also
Wow.
pure old man.
So I don't understand what your
I'm
issue is.
troubled. My problem with it is
It's like
I was
saying there are
troubled.
like 28 used tire stores in Manassas. I
That's
don't
right.
understand. I'm just kidding. Do not get me on this.
No,
You
you're
have to-
you're
That's
fine.
fine. You got to give me that one.
You know it's fun.
You got to give me that one.
Fun
and do
is
that.
fun, isn't
All right,
fun?
I'm looking at a picture of. I'm looking at a picture of Robert Redford right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an older guy,
Yeah.
but he's in great shape.
Yeah, but it was enough that it made me troubled to watch him fighting the elements. I don't want to see the Sundance Kid drown.
Okay, how old is he? Let me
I
see.
would kill-
70. He's 77 years of age.
I would kill to look like that at 77.
Oh my God! You know, Rob, what do you think you're going to look like at 77?
I'll decompose is what I'll look like at 77. And if Oscar, you want to look like that at 77, start with your surgery. Because
Robert Redford has almost no dialogue in his new film All Is Lost.
Well, because he's forgetful, he can't do lines anymore.
But the legendary actor said on Today that his character. He talked about the film, his character, and how he always regarded being labeled as a sex symbol. Matt Lauer asked Redford about the challenges of making a film in which Redford plays a nameless sailor at sea who faces extreme odds after his boat is crippled by a shipping container. This is all you, Lauer said. It's you on screen alone, in silence, tight shots of your face. And he says, I'm surprised the audience still stayed, Redford joked. But anyway, it sounds like maybe it's going to be a fascinating movie.
It's getting amazing reviews, and according to the blurbs they put up in the trailer, everybody loves it. But to me, it just looks upsetting. I didn't like the notion of it. Poor old guy out there all
Can I
by
point out
himself.
something?
Yes,
no
go right
tiger.
ahead.
The trailer's meant to make you feel like everything's great, so you can't believe those blurbs. right?
That's
when you
right.
watch
That's
them.
true. I mean, but some of the
it's tough.
blurbs were very impressive.
Yeah, it's tough because they'll pick anybody that says something well and just put it up there.
I'm a fan of actually after Castaway. I'm a fan of like the one man show in cinema. I
And
like that.
We all saw Gravity in the room now.
Right.
We've seen that.
He hated it.
So he's a contrarian.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Rob about that. It's the Rob Show today. We'll be right back.
I hate this show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. There are 2 reasons why now is the perfect time to start your business. Reason number 1, the economy is picking up, and
Yes.
the longer you wait, the longer you delay your potential success. Reason number 2, right now, you can incorporate your business or form an LLC at LegalZoom.com for just $99. LegalZoom's online process guides you step by step, and you get total customer support. It couldn't be much easier. LegalZoom provides self-help services at your specific direction and can connect you to an attorney, but they're not a law firm, so you save a pile of money. As someone who has incorporated in the past
Sure.
and done an LLC in the past, believe me, this is a wonderful opportunity for small business people. Don't wait for the sidelines. Don't wait on the sidelines while others are taking charge of their futures. Now is the time to get in the game and launch your business. Don't put this off. For incorporation, trademarks, patents, and more, just go to LegalZoom.com right now.
Hold it. Wait. When?
Right now.
Thank you.
That's LegalZoom.com. Okay, we're on the subject. I've been meaning to talk to Rob about this for a couple of days. Last week, Rob actually went to see Gravity, the movie that you and I have both gotten a chance to see. Now, you were raising your hand there.
Oh,
for a
just
second.
quickly with the LegalZoom.
Yes.
We have a banner on MikeO'MaraShow.com at the top and the bottom, and you're absolutely right. I've used it for years. It's a great service.
Okay, yeah, and is it similar to a lot of our other programs that if you want to help the show
Yes.
and you want to use LegalZoom,
Go through the banner.
go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and link to it that way.
Just
Or
all
even-
hot linked, right? Just click and go,
As a
right?
matter of fact, even if you're just curious about it and you want to check it out, that helps us as well. So if you go to MikeO'MaraShow.com, you click on that and you do it. So Rob was talking about going to see Gravity. I went to see it last week in 3D at IMAX. Tremendously expensive, but really one of the rare 3D experiences for me that I actually enjoyed myself. I thought it was an amazing movie.
Went to the same theater.
Yeah, and really terrific. I
Not
mean, that's
bad.
not a bad IMAX
Middle
theater.
of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not so packed.
It was. I liked the experience. I thought it was terrific. I was able to successfully suspend disbelief and not sweat the fact that I guess a lot of astrophysicists are talking about the fact that there are things that happen in this movie that couldn't really happen, but who cares? It's just escapist fun, and you hated it.
I did. Hate is such a strong word.
Well, you didn't like
But
it.
I did not like it, no.
Right.
I went and actually...
Because it wasn't made in 1939.
It's because you liked it. I went and saw it in 3D. And
Fun!
New one's for you.
Fun! Go ahead, Rob.
My favorite.
I actually went
Fun!
and saw it in the IMAX as well. As a matter of fact, we tried.
Fun!
We tried to get... Have you seen the D-Box seats?
No.
Oh, I don't know what the D-Box seats are.
Is that boxer bag?
No, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And I said, you know what? I really should be seated here. Anyway.
They don't call it D-Box, though.
They do in the theater.
They do?
They call it D-Box.
Explain to me that. What is the D-Box?
And I
seat?
believe that the only theater that has it in the Northern Virginia area is the Cobb Theater in Leesburg. And I actually did a little research. These are seats that rumble and move in conjunction with the motion picture.
Oh.
And I said, oh my God, that sounds really cool. Because I've done
Making
stuff.
a better experience.
They have the movies in theme parks and stuff that are called 4D. That like when the thing turns,
Yes.
you turn, and
Right.
and
You're
it
in the
rumbles and
machine.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Any
And
smell-o-vision?
no, I didn't think so.
I've never heard of D-Box. I thought you were making a joke like douchebag.
No, it really is called D-Box.
Okay.
And there was only like 20 seats in the theater, and they're
Are they more expensive?
a lot more expensive.
Yeah,
And also they are reserved seats. And there was only like 25 or anything available.
Yeah.
Only one available for the show, so we did not go for the D-Box.
I'd pay for those seats if they threw one more thing in there. If they said they were extra sanitized.
Yes.
If they said, not only will you get a full theatrical experience in here, but we have taken the farts out of these chairs. So you will have a cleaner bottom.
It's got its own HVAC unit.
Exactly.
I don't think that would be possible because this is one of those theaters that serves food. And so when people are getting like the the goat cheese ricotta fries,
Oh, man, George Clooney looks so good in that spacesuit. Oh, God.
I could squeeze one out. Full bar, too.
Hey,
Full more.
Can we get the nachos before the movie starts?
No.
Those would be the
Pass me a napkin.
Hey, would you like your D-box seat? It's ready, sir.
Mike. Those are the S-box seats.
But you don't hear the rumbling in the theater, do you?
No, it was absolutely silent. What it is one of those theaters where you come in and half the seats, there's a center walkway and half the seats are in front of it and half are in the back, and they're almost like stadium seats.
Okay.
And the D-box seats are the first 2 or 3 rows of the upper seats.
You go to a porno, you get the V-box seat.
Yeah,
you do.
boy.
Yeah. Hey, these seats are box.
The problem is the buckling in.
D-box.
More fries.
Yeah, man, I lost my gummy bear down between my legs here. Oh, there it is, right on the bottom of the D-box seat. It's still warm.
And although I did not get a chance to experience the D-box, you are allowed to adjust the sensitivity of your seat. So
You're
if you
a
want
D-box, Rob.
I am a huge one.
I want to try that.
King of the D-boxes, where you can have like really intense rumbling or lighter rumbling. But it did not make a difference to me because we didn't see it. We tried to. So we saw.
Did you eat popcorn?
No, we didn't get any snacks.
Because you're on a diet, you can't eat popcorn.
I can't. That's right.
Look and trim. How many pounds are you down?
Oh, it's at 35 as of today.
Hey, there you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Anyone else?
Okay.
What?
Moving on.
As far as the weight loss, I'm down. I'm
on?
down. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down 7 pounds from when I talked to you. I was 4 pounds last week. I'm down 7 pounds now.
Congratulations.
So thank you very much. And if you count
Keep
the
on
total, I'm down pretty close to 20 pounds.
Okay.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
Thank you very much.
So we did not get any snacks. We went right to our seats, and it began. And I was ready to have a good time.
Fuck you, Oscar.
Oh God!
There we go. Did you see me eating yesterday?
No.
You saw me eat pho. We had
You're
lunch
eating
together.
healthy. You're right. You're eating
Yeah,
healthy.
we ate,
You're right.
and I, it's a delicious way to eat healthy.
That's right. And you
And I ate half a bowl. I put
God
the
bless
rest
you.
away.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you
doing
very
well.
much.
He had a meatball sub
Yeah,
that he was bitching about for 2 hours.
He does CrossFit.
He says, "When do you think would be a good time to stop by and get something to eat? Are you hungry?" No, I'm not. But
Oscar's such a D-box.
he is the king of the D-boxes, and there's no adjustment dial on him. It's full D-box all the time.
For those of you that are listening and not watching on the cameras, Oscar said, "Anybody else lose weight?" And he turns back around to Pony because he's such a horse's ass. Such a total horse's ass. All right. All right, go ahead. So you're at the theater.
And we go right to our seats, and I was pleased because for some reason, I don't know if they saw me coming, these 3D glasses fit me. They didn't have that crack noise when I opened them. They were great.
Were they like yellow?
No, they were black.
See, mine were yellow at the theater.
Yeah, well,
that we went to.
you're more fashion forward.
No, what I found is, like, Rob, you've got a huge melon, and I actually thought of you when I got my 3D glasses because mine I felt like they were kind of narrow for the face.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem.
So, like, your eyes kind of look out the outside of them, and I didn't feel comfortable with
These
that.
fit me, and they were great, and the 3D is fantastic in Gravity.
Don't you
It
think,
really adds to it, I
was
think.
thinking, you've been to a lot of 3D
Yes.
stuff, too. I was thinking about the technology of 3D. Don't you think it would be a better experience if they would give you more of kind of a wraparound
Like a
deal?
goggle.
Complete coverage.
Like a goggle type of thing, so you seal out all the other extraneous peripheral
I
stuff.
thought about that, but I figured there's got to be some sort of safety issues.
Like somebody like, I'm blind.
No, someone won't see you stealing your popcorn because you haven't. I know I had more Juji fruits.
We're such a soft culture.
Well, yeah, 'cause somebody-
Yeah, we're gonna have the wraparound
Well,
glasses, but it's gonna kill someone.
Think about somebody getting up and trying to walk out.
Right. yeah. Like forgets that they're on.
Yeah.
It's just like, that was a fantastic movie, Shirley. Oh my God, help me!
Lowest
Jesus
common denominator.
Tripped on the D-box.
Oh, me, you D-box.
Now, I do think that that would not make a difference because you're focused forward on the screen. I don't think it would make a
But the
difference.
experience, the sensory experience. where you're
Maybe.
like,
But you know what?
all you have.
It would be no different than seeing a regular movie, though. To take it to the next level, you really would have to block everything, I suppose.
All I know is I don't think I'm alone when I get those cheesy little 3D glasses. I just find
do you
them-
return them or do you keep them?
I return them.
So do I.
You keep them?
I don't.
Oh my
Oh, he
God!
keeps them.
Oh
Oh,
my
you-
God!
You're so funny.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! I've seen people take them, but I swear it on
Don't
my kids'
backtrack.
lives. No, I swear on
No,
my
no.
kids' lives. I've never stolen them.
But the thought. That's why you brought it
I'm
up.
just curious if you did. I've seen, because I see little douchebags running around that are wearing 3D glasses.
You think he took them?
I think you're a
He
crummy
takes them
dude
so he
and
can
you
watch
took 'em.
3D at home.
Or so he could just bring them to the next theater. And that's it.
Oh, incidentally,
No,
you know,
I never saw. There'd be no up until this first time. I've never found any that.
this
fit.
is how tech savvy I am. What
Yes.
an idiot that I am. I buy a television at Amazon.
I remember.
Yeah, you went right
And
to Amazon.
I get the television, and I didn't even realize, because I just didn't read the fine print, that it is technically a 3D ready television.
Yes.
I
And
remember when you did this.
the narration that I did for Space Unraveling the Cosmos is going to be a 3D movie. It's
Right.
going to be a 3D show.
Your voice
So-
will be in 2D, but the picture will be 3D.
Exactly, and they have 3D programming on this particular channel on DirecTV that I have as part of my package. So I run out and I say, "Oh, this is cool. I'm going to go out and get the 3D special glasses." So I go to the non-Amazon store and I get myself these 3D glasses.
It was a 4-pack.
and I bought them, and they don't work. But you have to spend they're $150 for this particular glasses. Give me a break.
Brand sensitive, and also I think it's very, very specialized. Yeah.
It's really not fair.
No, it's
yeah,
not.
but there should have been glasses in the box that came with your TV.
There were not.
No, because you know
Don't
why?
make me think I threw
no,
them out.
I
you
remember.
didn't.
No, I
you
didn't.
didn't because it's 3D ready, not a 3D television.
So I
have a
have
3D ready television as well, but I don't have the glasses.
So you have to buy the super expensive glasses.
And I think a decoder.
And a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F that.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah.
Well, can I tell you
That's a
that?
D-box move.
God,
take
they wonder why the technology hasn't caught hold, why people aren't watching this, because they're not making it easy for the consumer.
Now, I do have a couple 3D Three Stooges shorts that came with glasses.
Really?
Yeah, but that's the bad. That's the red and green 3D.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
the
so
cheesy
good,
one.
right?
I have a 3D television, and
do.
it doesn't. It's. Jerks.
It's roughly the same size as his apartment. You had to take out 2 walls to get it in.
When we put up the explanation of today's show, the three boys are all jerks to one another
That's
today.
right. You can't spell fun without
Jerk
FU.
stores.
So you have one?
An experience has a lot to be desired.
As far as 3D, you've actually watched
Yes.
it in 3D?
I've went out of my way and bought 3D
Gone
Blu-rays.
out of your way.
Gone out of my way and ordered 3D Blu-rays from Amazon.
So what do you
Oh, you
watch?
have?
Like
Yes.
Sábado Gigante?
No, I mean, there's it's funny because there's programming available over the air for 3D.
Sure.
Right.
Sports, kind of cool at first.
You can actually see sports in
Yeah,
3D?
well, they had ESPN 3D for a while. I don't think they have it anymore because they
Yeah.
didn't catch on.
Yeah.
But when they had it, I watched it, and
Right.
I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. Not the same.
Okay.
Some kids' movies look really good.
Because they designed them for the format.
But I'm not a kid. So, but some of these new movies have come out, and they've come out on 3D. I'm like, let me try it again. It's okay. It doesn't. In your home, I want to be able to walk around, go into the kitchen, walk back. Like it's
passive entertainment.
Yeah, it's
I will
passive.
tell you, in the movies, it's okay.
Yeah.
And it always
It's
has been
never-
okay.
It's just okay, and you're paying a premium, and I don't care. I don't need it. It doesn't do it
It's
for
a
me.
gimmick. It's
Well,
a gimmick.
why-
It always has been a gimmick.
Is that
for
why
60
Hollywood?
years.
Do you think that's why? Well, look at the numbers for Gravity. I mean, they're astonishing. The 3D numbers are mind-boggling for this movie.
It
It's
was a first-
incredibly successful. I went to see it, and I specifically wanted to see it in 3D because the marketing was so
The
good.
format of 3D was first marketed to combat television. And when the movie theater industry feels soft, they look for gimmicks. And this is a gimmick.
So
now
you
that's
hated
come
the
along.
movie.
I thought it was a movie it had a good story, but it was overly simplified. I thought there were holes in the plot that I saw coming a mile away. I know spoilers here, but certain
Okay,
things that
turn your radio down right now. If you haven't seen Gravity, turn it down because I want to ask Rob about that specifically. And if you see the movie, if you want to go see the movie, turn it down now. We're going to talk about that. What would be a hole in the plot?
Well, of course, it was so screamingly obvious when Clooney came back that it was a dream because her face didn't blow up when she opened
I'll give
the
you that.
capsule. And you know what?
I'll give you
That
that.
was an easily concealable plot device. If she had the suit on when he came in and talked to her,
Right.
that's covered.
Okay.
Also-
you know what? I'll give you
That's
that. There's enough
And that- it
suspension of
bothered
disbelief
me.
where they could have done a better job. I agree.
And
I'm
there's
like,
another
it's
huge
a
one.
dream. I knew it was a dream.
There's
when you said
another
it.
huge one, and I believe, leaned over to Carrie and called it. When she was getting into the escape pod, I said, she uses that fire extinguisher to propel it. because she fought with that fire extinguisher to bring it in when she was just trying to escape the fire. And remember when she first used the fire extinguisher,
Right.
it blew her back. I said, why is she screwing with a fire? Because she's going to need it to move around in space.
Can I say one thing about this movie that has nothing to do with the plot or whether you liked it or not? I really thought, as far as a woman who has been in the game a long time,
yes,
and a woman who, to me, much like guys are supposed to age better than women do, I think Sandra Bullock is aging wonderful.
She looked great. Her body looked great.
Her body looked amazing
you know what?
in that movie.
At risk of another spoiler alert, nice gap.
Oh, absolutely.
Am I right?
I saw her. She was rapping. There's a YouTube video that's out there right now where she raps. Rob will play it in the audio vault later. Where I was staring at her legs. Her legs are
gorgeous,
fantastic.
I've never been a tremendous fan. I thought she did
Me
a great
neither.
job, and I told Carrie.
I've never been a huge fan of Sandra Bullock.
I told her, Carrie, halfway through, she wins Best Actress for this because she's carrying this movie.
Are you talking to Carrie throughout the effing movie? Like, this is killing me.
Yeah. Are you? Is it killing you?
You
Are you going to make good on that promise?
It's a stage whisper, too. Like, if you're sitting in back of the Speedwax, all you hear is like...
I think she's going to use it. She's going to use the fire extinguisher. That bitch. She's going to use the fire
And also, no one else...
I wish we'd had the D-bag seats.
D-bag?
D-bags.
You know, Mike, anywhere I sit is the D-bag seat. And the other thing that no one has commented on that really troubled me. Oh, and spoiler alert's over. Okay. When they do the CGI of them in their suits floating through space, I really tried to not pay attention. Their faces are too big when they're superimposed in the helmet.
What do you want, like Beetlejuice?
Well, no, but it's too big. It's not proportionate. It looks like, unless they're magnifying lenses on the front of those space helmets, they looked too big. Their faces looked too big.
You didn't find any redeeming qualities? Would you like it at all?
No, I liked the story. Okay. And as I said, it's a great story, and it's a good version of a very simplistic story. They've taken a very simplistic theme and put it in a very modern way. The effects look fantastic.
Visually stunning.
Visually, it is stunning. And you know what? I will say this. See it in 3D. Because it is something that comes around not very often. The last movie I saw that I think looked that good was probably Titanic. Yeah. I mean, the kind of movie that when you're looking at it...
Hey, we've recut the movie now. Our heads are nice and small. Rob will like it.
George Clooney.
Hey, how are things down in the D-bag seats?
They're really great. But I did think that they had a little bit of CGI trouble, and I know that must be a very tough shot because they're moving around and they're behind glass.
Amazing CGI. And I'm a CGI hater, but I love that
movie. But you know what? And we've always sort of met on the middle on the fact that when you can use that kind of effect properly and for what it's meant to be done for
good.
Yeah, use your powers for good.
Exactly.
And there is enough mix of that and green screen and real shooting. All the effects work together seamlessly. It's very exciting, and it's worth seeing on a big screen. This will not play the same way on television.
How was the 3D experience? It was great, but there was this couple in back of me. It was just relentless.
Okay, you couldn't see that coming, Carrie. Yeah, I hate that too.
Actually, Mike,
what time did Julie get off? I don't know.
Would you please shut up? Would you please shut up?
Only one hole in your story. Thanks to our fabulous anniversary dinner, it was impossible for us to be sitting behind anyone.
Oh.
Because we were in the front row.
Oh, really?
The only place there were 4 seats together.
Oh, you were tardy?
No.
No, we were not tardy. I mean, we got there for a 7:10 show. We got there at 7 o'clock.
And the theater was
sold out.
Already jammed.
Oh, see, that affected your experience.
No, but I mean, no, the 3D was still fantastic, even from the front row, which shocked me because a lot of times in a 3D picture, they'll block off the first 3 rows because the effect doesn't play.
I walked out of a movie that was so packed. I walked out and I said, "Look, we'll wait for the next movie. Take our money back."
That's a lot of people.
I'll get dizzy.
Wow, yeah, it was really great.
How many Speedwax do you give it?
Out of a possible
10.
Out of a possible 10, I give it 6.
6?
That's 5.5 or 6. Yeah,
not too bad. Still go see the movie.
Yeah, but you know what? I would say that you're going to see not the movie. You're going to see the visual spectacle. I didn't like the story that much.
I like the story.
Okay, and for those spoilers, I think we handled the spoiling part of this discussion very, very reasonably.
Yes, I do too.
D-Box. Okay. We'll take a break. We'll come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show right after this, everybody. Well, we talk about 3D technology. You can get your 3D technology and anything consumer electronics you need at Amazon.
Yes.
And do so by going through the Mike O'Mara Show website. Carla wanted me to mention this. Take a moment and think about what you might need in the next month or so.
Okay.
Then when you do, think, would that be on Amazon? Because if it is, it's probably cheaper than you're going to get it in any kind of box store.
Absolutely.
And then after you do that, you go to Amazon when you're ready and go for it. And let us know what you get. I love hearing stories about what people go through the Mike O'Mara Show website and get on Amazon. It's fun to listen to.
Amazon, Mike, always plenty of free parking.
Yes, absolutely. It's so easy. And especially, we're getting into that season. We're getting into the pre-holiday season. We're getting into the Halloween season. We are getting into the season where you can really help this show by doing your shopping through MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. So please do it. Click Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Don't be afraid to bookmark it and share your stories. I love hearing those. I'll put some of those on the air once in a while. I'll let you know exactly what I saw that I find interesting. And especially with you office managers out there, you can help us enormously by getting your office supplies through the Mike O'Mara Show/Amazon webpage. We really appreciate that, and thank you very much in advance for that, everybody.
From around the globe, across the nation, and looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need, a comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, News You May Not Need.
Senate leaders are closing in on an agreement to reopen the government and forestall an economy-rattling default on U.S. obligations. Majority Leader Harry Reid.
Sounds like Robert Redford.
And GOP Leader Mitch McConnell. Could seal an agreement today, just 2 days before the Treasury Department says it will run out of borrowing capacity. The emerging pact would reopen the government through January 15th and permit the Treasury to borrow normally until early to mid-February, easing dual crises that have sapped confidence in the economy and taken a sledgehammer to the GOP's poll numbers.
You know what sucks? All that we've been through with this, listening to this, what is it, day 10, 11, day 15 of the shutdown, and their big solution right now gets us through February at best?
Yeah, that's
well,
it.
thanks for nothing.
That's all they're going to do, though.
That sucks.
That's the way it goes in Washington. After a week-long interrogation aboard a U.S. warship, a Libyan al-Qaeda suspect is now in New York awaiting trial on terrorism charges, U.S. officials said Monday. This guy, Abu Anas al-Libi, he is now in New York awaiting a regular criminal trial, and because of the rights he will be afforded, he will not be able to be interrogated by U.S. authorities. That's why there is a large segment of politicians that say they wanted this guy hauled down to Guantanamo.
Right.
Because it's not about trying him, it's about getting intelligence out of him, and I totally agree. If he's this big player in Al-Qaeda, the people who are still trying to blow us up, I think they should have brought the guy to Guantanamo. If we still have Guantanamo, get some information out of the guy.
A lot of people are upset. I can't believe they're not allowed to interrogate him. I can't believe, he's also allowed to see a Broadway show? I think that's way too lax.
That's in the, it's funny you mentioned that because we've got a little Broadway in today's news.
Do we?
Yeah, very, very exciting.
Oh, I hope you're saying.
It's especially for you.
Thank you.
A dry ice explosion. I've never heard of these before. It occurred late Monday at LAX, but there were no reports of any injuries or evacuations, authorities said. The incident was reported shortly before 8:30 p.m. at Tom Bradley International Terminal. There was no immediate word where the dry ice was found or whether there was any significant damage. Have you heard about these things?
I know the science behind them.
Put them in like a big
like a 2-liter soda bottle, and the dry ice, and if you add water, dry ice is frozen carbon dioxide, and it expands. It's great for making fog. I didn't realize it could actually be a bomb. Yeah.
Well, 2 other devices were also found at the airport, but they did not explode, and I would imagine, even though they don't cause a lot of damage on the ground, if you got one of these onto an airplane, it might be a very, very difficult situation.
If I heard that loud boom at an airport, I think I would evacuate.
Rob, I want to play this for you.
Thank you.
The show went on for Liza Minnelli.
Thank God!
A spokesman for the 67-year-old entertainer.
God, don't you think she should be much older than 67? Look at her.
Said she played with a broken wrist at a benefit
Was it
concert
her own
in New
or
York.
someone else?
It was her own. This is the one that I like.
Yeah.
Minnelli broke her wrist in 3 places.
Oh, God.
While rehearsing at home on Sunday.
You know what? I thought you were going to say at home unsupervised. Poor Liza.
Victoria,
I told you not to leave her alone.
Victoria, I need more wine, please. Help me. Oh, dear, I've taken a fall.
Oh, a horrible fall.
Right. The cabaret star performed with her sister, Lorna Luft.
Oh, God, the fabulous Lorna Luft.
The event marked their first performance together in 20 years since their duets at the 1993 Tony Awards.
Well, has it been 20 years since then?
Lorna and Liza with her wrist broken in 3 places. Are you playing Liza right now?
Yeah, I think you'll like this one, but the world goes round.
Liza Minnelli.
Sometimes
Oh, that's young Liza.
Yes. Do you want to cut to the finish?
Yeah.
Big finish, I believe.
You love Liza, don't you, Oscar?
I can't believe she's working with a broken wrist.
Thank you.
Hold on, just for my own edification, who's Liza?
You're on what?
Edification.
Edification.
Who's Liza Minnelli's mother, Oscar?
Oh, I have no idea.
Exactly. Leave it lay. Leave it lay.
It's the queeniest question of the day.
Wasn't she married to Arthur?
In the movies,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We're not even going to go there.
I'm not even going to ask him about Sid Luft.
Judy Garland.
That's right.
America's first bathroom-themed restaurant just opened. I told you it's a good one today.
Wow.
It just opened in the city of Industry in California, which is just outside of
If you
LA.
own a failing restaurant, contact us at foodnetwork.com.
Wow.
O'Mara's open
No,
at...
no, it's
I'm sorry.
not called that.
At the Magic Restroom Cafe, you sit on toilets instead of chairs and eat food that looks like poop out of mini toilet bowls.
Wow, that's like the D-Box.
Some of the menu items are as follows.
Yeah.
Golden poop, which is a brown curry. Black poop, which is a chocolate sundae. And here's one that I think everybody will love. Bloody Number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a vanilla and strawberry sundae. So, I mean, is it a restaurant or is it an ice cream parlor? Because it said two of the food items seem to be sundaes.
Excuse me,
Yes,
waiter.
yes, Rob.
I did not ask for raisins in my bread pudding.
Can I get peanuts with this ice cream?
Everything has peanuts.
Most of the menu items are Taiwanese. Because why wouldn't your toilet-themed restaurant serve Taiwanese food?
Of course.
Actually, it's likely based on a Taiwanese chain called Modern Toilet.
Oh, it's a chain?
It's a chain.
Wow, of course.
Don't pull that chain.
You got to jiggle the chain.
It's been operating in Asia since 2004. Gotta love the Taiwanese.
Wow.
Anthony Hopkins is into Breaking Bad. You might know this already. Anthony binge-watched the show, then wrote Bryan Cranston an email in which he went all fangirl on him. Stephen Michael Quesada, who played Stephen Gomez on Breaking Bad, posted the email on Facebook. He said, quote, this is what Anthony Hopkins said, I've just finished a marathon of watching Breaking Bad from the first season to the last 8 episodes. A total of 2 weeks of addictive viewing. I've never watched anything like it. Brilliant. This is Anthony Hopkins.
Wow.
saying, your performance as Walter White was the best acting I've ever seen, ever. I know there's so much smoke-blowing and sickening bull in this business, and I sort of lost belief in anything, really. But this work of yours is spectacular, absolutely stunning. You know what's cool?
Wow.
I mean, look, it's not like I went out on a limb, but I said the whole reason I can't take my eyes off Walter White. I mean, Bryan Cranston is that good. You and all the cast are the best actors I've ever seen. The guy has since deleted his Facebook post. That would be Stephen Quesada.
Right.
But Anthony's rep has confirmed that the message is legit. Anthony, if you want to know, is 75 years of age.
Do you find it as shocking as me that Anthony Hopkins is using email?
I don't understand how it works.
Yeah, you don't
Pretty
reply
cool,
all.
though.
Right?
That's so cool. Very cool. And now a little something. On Thursday, 70-year-old Diana Reeves Kostarikis, or Costa Ricas.
Yeah.
I think if I want to use the proper Greek name, it's Kostarikis.
Right.
Diana Reeves Kostarikis of Middleburg, Florida, went to a Home Depot to meet with a hitman who she wanted to hire to kill her daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law?
She was willing to pay $5,000 to make it happen. The hitman was actually an undercover cop from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department. Shocker. We're not sure how she found the hitman in the first place or exactly why she wanted to kill her son's wife. When he asked her if she was sure she wanted her daughter-in-law killed, she said, quote, "If you don't, I will."
Wow. Wow, really?
Yeah. That's when she was arrested on 2 felony charges, criminal solicitation and criminal conspiracy. Angela Kostarakis is her daughter-in-law, and she is shocked that she was the target. Quote, 3 weeks ago she gave me a big old hug and said, I'm so glad we're great friends. I guess if I was out of the way, she could have her son and her granddaughter all to herself.
Well, I've never heard of a hit being taken out on a daughter-in-law.
Wild.
All I can say is it sounds like the plot of a Greek tragedy. Costa Ricas, get it?
I got it.
Great thing, whatever. Anyway, we'll take a break, come back with the Audio Vault and Rob Spiewak right after this. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Encore Insurance Services. Let me do that again.
Please.
Brought to you by Encore Insurance Services, LLC. time capsule show, in my opinion. The people who bring you this show every weeknight on 102.9 WTNT for a free life insurance quote, visit smartterm.com or call 866-347-5748. They'll do all the work for you. Encore will compare rates to help you save. License and disclaimer info at smartterm.com. Be sure to thank them for sponsoring TMOS Encore Insurance Services at smartterm.com. Let's open up the audio vault for Tuesday, October 15, 2013. Rob Spiewak.
Pony, as soon as we post, put this show on a DVD for Mike.
Yes.
He's going to want to listen to it in the car as he drives around.
Study it.
Okay, very good. We wanted to get to this yesterday. Got to get to it now. Bob Costas, during halftime of the Sunday night football game, brought up some stuff about the Redskins changing their name.
Yes.
And I think this is sort of key because this is the first major national exposure the story has gotten, at least to my knowledge, because this was a national broadcast and a storied rivalry. Here's what Costas has to say, and I'm curious about what you think about it and where it stands right now. Here's the opening. He did almost like an Andy Rooney commentary during halftime. Bob Costas.
There's no reason to believe that owner Daniel Snyder or any official or player from his team harbors animus toward Native Americans or wishes to disrespect them. This is undoubtedly also true of the vast majority of those who don't think twice about the long-standing moniker. And in fact, as best can be determined, even a majority of Native Americans say they are not offended. But having stipulated that, there's still a distinction to be made. Objections to names like Braves, Chiefs, Warriors, and the like strike many of us as political correctness run amok. These nicknames honor rather than demean. They're pretty much the same as Vikings, Patriots, or even Cowboys.
All right, he has a valid point there, I feel. And he closed with this. He went on. It was about a 5-minute commentary, but he closed with this.
But think for a moment about the term Redskins and how it truly differs from all the others. Ask yourself what the equivalent would be if directed toward African Americans, Hispanics, Asians, or members of any other ethnic group. When considered that way, Redskins can't possibly honor a heritage or a noble character trait, nor can it possibly be considered a neutral term. It's an insult, a slur, no matter how benign the present-day intent. It's fair to say that for a long time now, and certainly in 2013, no offense has been intended. But if you take a step back, isn't it clear to see how offense might legitimately be taken?
Your thoughts?
You know, I didn't say anything the other day. I've given this a tremendous amount of thought. And, I've listened to both sides of this argument, and I'm not prepared to give my decision yet.
All right, thank you. Let's move on.
I have. Change the name.
Yeah, I'm with Oscar.
It's going to happen.
And you know what? I think it's going to happen this year.
Since both of you are saying change the name, okay, I'm going to give it some more thought.
Okay, excellent. Good. And you know what? I know you care desperately.
I do.
I know you do. You're a big Redskins fan.
I do. You know what I don't like?
What?
And you know who really made this worse?
Who?
That douche that owns the team.
Well, of course, he makes everything worse.
I'll never change the name. Yeah, I'm such a tough guy. He's a pussy.
Yeah, I hate him.
He is a little woman. He really is. And I mean that as no offense to women, but I apologize.
They wrote a book about him.
He's just a little dick.
Little woman.
I don't like the guy. I really don't. There was no need for him to take that position. There was no need for him to go, it'll never happen.
Well, that's the way he operates.
He does. He's such a little tyrant.
Yeah.
And I think that from what I've read, he made the situation a lot worse by doing that. And I also said, as I said yesterday on the show, you get the team rolling off a big winning streak, believe it or not, how twisted we are in this society.
Oh, yeah.
That would change the landscape right now.
Particularly in this area.
With the Redskins, being 1-4, that's a different world that we live in right now. I will say this. I think the groundswell of support for this in the power circles has never been more significant. You've always had this issue come to a forefront. You had the protests outside the stadiums, and then it goes away. That's not happening this time.
No,
I think this is going to go down sooner than later.
I don't think that they will actually make the change, but I think the announcement for the change will happen during this football season.
Probably. So they won't actually change it?
I think they will start next season as a different team. But I think they will play out this team as their current name.
Same colors.
Yeah.
Think about this. You
It's
get
same
to get-
logo like
you
it.
get
Well,
to
you
get
can
a New
also say the
Jersey.
burgundy and gold. That's what they're known as, the burgundy and gold. So, I mean, you
And
can
they serve
actually
that
find
at-
another logo and still call them the burgundy and
Warriors would be great.
gold. Well, I think
amazing
Warriors
thing-
would be a perfect tradition.
The burgundy and gold is actually an entree served at that toilet restaurant. I didn't know if you knew
Burgundy
that or
and
not.
gold. Yum, yum.
Are you familiar with MSNBC's Dylan Ratigan?
No, I'm not.
Financial analyst and a government specialist on MSNBC. Listen to this rant about what's going on, and I want to tell you something sort of surprising after the fact. But listen to what Dylan has to say.
We're sitting here arguing about whether we should do the $4 trillion plan that kicks the can down the road for the president for 2017 or burn the place to the ground, both of which are reckless, irresponsible, and stupid. And the fact of the matter is, until we actually, and I'm sorry to lose my temper, but I tell you what, I've been coming on TV for 3 years doing this. And the fact of the matter is that there's a refusal on both the Democratic and the Republican side of the aisle to acknowledge the mathematical problem, which is.
And he goes on and on. I love anytime anyone gets emotional like that.
I think we need more emotion from our talking heads. And that really, there's a guy that's on, he's a British guy with a beard, and he's on CNN. I will try to make sure I find out who he is, because he got a little emotional, and I like seeing the talking heads
I like
get
seeing
a
the
little
fire,
emotional.
but here's the thing that's amazing. That rant that I just played you is from October 2011.
Oh, really?
This guy, Dylan Ratigan, saw this coming down the pike 3 miles
That's
away.
amazing. Wow,
And
that's
I mean, I play you that. That
Oracle.
sounds like something that could have been
Yeah.
said today.
Yeah.
And it's over 2 years old. And I give that guy credit.
I
because
do
he
want to say
obviously saw it
something.
coming.
For people that look, when politics becomes the top of mind issue of the day,
Sure.
I'm going to say some things that I feel. Okay, the bottom line is what Ted Cruz and Sarah Palin did at the World War II memorial is absolutely despicable.
Oh, I know.
Using the memorial and using a backdrop of veterans to share their little message there, that was complete BS. And of all the things I've seen during this entire time, that was a moment where, and you could hear what they were saying to Sarah Palin. It was not pretty.
No, it wasn't.
To use them, and then they were talking about, they're up there speaking as they're using veterans as a backdrop, and they're talking about people using veterans as pawns.
What I love,
it's ridiculous.
What I love, what Kimmel said last night, and he said that Cruz was talking about what a shame it was that memorial was shut down because of the shutdown. And he said, it takes a lot of guts to go up there and protest a protest that you caused.
Yeah,
and
I know.
that's what he's doing.
Incredible.
And
the level of out of touch hypocrisy is absolutely boggles my mind that they were able to do this. And, really to see Sarah Palin back on the national stage in any capacity whatsoever, it reminds me what almost happened in this country. And I think I am with the majority of clear-thinking Americans like that look at that woman and go, Jesus, keep the reins of power out of her hands.
What was the name of the movie about her on HBO?
Game Change.
That I think
Go watch Game Change.
I think that should be required viewing for all people.
Yeah, and incidentally, that was sanctioned by the head of the McCain campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, not exactly sanctioned, but the fact is he did not deny
He certainly didn't deny anything.
a lot of the stuff you see in that movie, and that scares me.
All right, this will cleanse the palate, and you alluded to this earlier. Sandra Bullock is now doing British press for the movie Gravity.
She is so hot in this.
And not only did she and Tom Hanks play chopsticks on one of those piano mats like in the movie Big.
Incidentally, to my wife and my mother and all women concerned, I would like to take a few steps back and apologize for calling Dan Snyder a woman.
Thank you.
He's a jerk.
That's it.
He isn't far from a woman.
But women
He
can
doesn't have the character that the women in my life.
Women can be jerks.
Yes.
But we don't want to paint with broad
Nice
strokes.
save.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Here's Sandra Bullock rapping for you.
Okay.
Actually, will you introduce this like Bob White?
Sure.
Okay.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the song stylings of Sandra Bullock with the rapper's delight tune. Sandra Bullock to sing for you.
I said a hip hop, a hippie to the hip hop, and you don't stop the rock to the bang bang the boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie the beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the crew, and my friends are gonna try and move your feet. See, I am Wonder Mike,
great.
and I'd
She was
like
great
to
at this
say
moment.
hello to the black, to the white, the red, and the blue, and yellow. Well, first I gotta bang bang a boogie to the.
Pretty good.
Something about her on that. I just love that little clip.
And as I said before, nice gap. And as We close.
Classy.
Yeah, thank you.
After I did the whole thing with women, nice gap.
Well, you know what? That's I'm saying that, not
That's
Mike.
Rob, right?
That's right.
Exactly.
Your wife actually took time out over the weekend on Facebook to call me a dork. So
why did she call you a dork?
I put up my wedding pictures.
Yes.
And I was a dork. I mean, I actually clicked like on it.
That'll be on tomorrow's show. I don't think you're a dork. I think you're a dandy.
Yeah, okay, then let's discuss this
We'll
tomorrow.
discuss that tomorrow.
And we close with, you like motorcycles,
I do.
motorbikes.
I do.
Did you know
Motorcycles.
Do you know that the Pope
Motorbikes.
biking his motorbikes? Did you know that the Pope had a motorbike and he sold it?
Really?
It's true.
You think I'm making this up, but I'm not. Pope Francis is reportedly, this was in the news, selling his Harley Davidson. He's got a Harley Davidson, and he's the Pope, and he's selling it. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell it's the Pope's motorcycle because the back of it reads gas, grass, or mass.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.
That's it. We got to get out of here. For tech support questions for the Mike O'Mara Show, contact our man Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. All correspondence for our show can be sent to TMOS, P.O. Box 3, Manassas, Virginia, 20108. And also, if you'd like to get your tickets to the live show, you can go to our webpage, MikeO'MaraShow.com. Click on Omericon and get your tickets for our November 9th live show featuring Motor Booty Affair.
Yay!
A lot of you have talked about that 70s disco tribute band with their giant afros. They're going to be on stage with us along with Mickey Coachella. The date is November 9th. November 9th is a Saturday night at 8 o'clock. We'll all be on stage. We want to see you there. Go to Omericon 2013. It's on the Mike O'Mara Show website. That's it. We got to get out of here. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying see you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Visit LegalZoom.com to save on your legal needs like wills for $69, LLCs for $99, plus filing fees, and also get access to a network of legal plan attorneys for guidance. LegalZoom is not a law firm, but provides self-help services at your specific direction. Enter discount code TMOS for more savings at LegalZoom. That's discount code TMOS.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.